Can you feel it? That sudden lightness in the air, that subtle vibration in your heart? It's real, because at this very moment, something has been activated over your life. A prophetic message from the heavens, a message from angels, has just reached you. And it's not by chance. You were chosen, not by merit, but by purpose. Your spirit recognizes this truth. Even if your mind is still trying to understand, you've walked through quiet paths, and even surrounded by voices, there is a space within you still waiting to be filled. We, the celestial messengers, have heard this silent cry, the one that doesn't leave your lips but screams inside your soul. And that is why we now draw near to you, because the time for your answer has arrived. Heaven moves with perfection, and nothing escapes the eye of the Creator. While you thought you had been forgotten, angels were being assigned to surround you. Every step, every tear, every long and silent night was seen. And now, the time has come to reveal the reason behind the waiting. You are not here just to survive. You were called to prosper, not just with material wealth, but with fullness of life, clarity of purpose, and divine connection. The seed of greatness is already within you, and our mission is to remind you of that until you walk boldly into what you were destined to live. There is an anointing over your life that no one can steal. That's why so many storms rose against you. It was not a coincidence. It was spiritual warfare. The enemy tried to silence your light before it could shine. But he failed, because what comes from God is undeniable, and what he determines, no one can stop. You will see doors open where there were only walls. You will see divine connections arrive with perfect timing. People who once felt out of reach will begin to notice you, not for vanity, but because the light you carry can no longer be hidden. It begins to shine, and the spiritual realm responds to that light. Do not fear the next steps. A path is being paved, stone by stone, with divine direction. You are not lost. You were simply being prepared. Those who wait in silence with faith will be the first to hear the sound of the promise being fulfilled. And you will hear it. It's closer than you think. Many won't understand the transformation that's coming over you. But don't worry about explaining it. Those who didn't see your struggle don't need to understand your elevation. Just walk in integrity. The grace resting upon you will be the sign to those watching from afar. There is something special in your heart, a rare sensitivity. You see beyond what the eyes can see. That's not weakness. It's a heavenly mark. Heaven has entrusted you with visions and discernment that many can't access. That's a gift, and this gift will be powerfully used in this new season. Do not despise small beginnings. What seems insignificant today will be an answer to multitudes tomorrow. God loves to surprise through the unlikely, and you will be that surprise, a living testimony that heaven still moves among men. You will have revealing dreams in the coming days. Pay attention, write them down, pray over them. Within them will come instructions, confirmations, and even strategies. Your communication with the divine will be intensified, and every detail will be a sign that you are in perfect alignment with heaven's will. Your dormant gifts will begin to awaken. What you thought was lost will return with double strength. And more, new gifts will be released. You will feel them flowing like a river, natural, light, and full of life. Just allow it. Heaven will do the rest. Resources that were held back will begin to move. Finances, ideas, people, all will begin to flow. But remember, prosperity is the consequence of obedience, and you have walked faithfully, even without understanding. That is why heaven is now leaning in your favor. You will be an answer where once you were seeking one. People will draw near just to hear your voice. There will be wisdom in every word. Your experience, even the painful ones, will be bridges of healing for others. God doesn't waste stories. He turns every chapter into eternal teaching. Don't think you are alone. There is a multitude of angels around you. You may not see them, but they are walking with you every step. Every whispered prayer has been recorded. Every cry has been heard. And now, heaven responds. The answer comes with power, with direction, with peace. There will be days when everything seems silent again. But this will not be absence. It will be preparation. Silence is also a divine language. Learn to listen with your heart. Heaven speaks beyond words, and you will learn to understand even what is unspoken. The time for restoration has come. What was broken will be rebuilt. What was taken will be restored. What seemed lost will be found again, more beautiful than before. You won't just witness miracles. You will live inside them as a living part of the promise. Keep your heart light. The new requires space. And for that, you'll need to release old burdens, painful memories, and even fears that no longer make sense. What's coming is greater than everything that has passed. You were chosen to live the extraordinary. Believe in the word you are receiving. It does not come from emotion, but from the Spirit. Testify within yourself. If there is peace, there is truth. And if there is truth, there is direction. Walk in it. Heaven is with you. There is still more to be said. This is only the first part of what heaven wants to reveal. Keep listening. Stay sensitive. What's coming will surpass everything you've ever dreamed. The heavens have not just spoken. They are watching. Watching how your heart reacts, how your soul opens to this sacred encounter. Every heartbeat now echoes through eternity, because what's being revealed to you carries weight far beyond the present moment. You are part of a divine unfolding. Something greater than you ever imagined is being orchestrated behind the scenes, and this message is the signpost. The thoughts you've been having lately, the ones that come in quiet moments and seem almost too bold to believe, are not random. They are divine seeds being planted in the garden of your spirit. You are not imagining the shift. It is real. It is deliberate. And it is personal. Heaven never speaks without purpose. You've been sensing a pull away from certain people, places, or habits. That's not confusion. It's alignment. As your spirit elevates, your atmosphere must match your new frequency. Don't fear what you're outgrowing. You are not losing. You are being lifted, and everything that no longer serves your calling will gently fall away. Even now, as you read this, angels are ministering over your life, whispering truths, stirring memories, activating your inner knowing. You were not meant to fit in. You were meant to awaken, and awakening always comes with sacred discomfort. That unease? It's a sign that your spirit is remembering who you truly are. You've questioned your worth during the hardest nights. You've asked, "Why me?" Not knowing that question is a doorway, because only the chosen feel that question so deeply. Only those marked by heaven carry both the burden and the blessing of spiritual calling. Your soul was never ordinary, and neither is your path. This journey isn't about perfection. It's about transformation. You don't need to be ready in the way the world expects. You only need to be willing to believe again, willing to step forward in faith, willing to say yes to the divine invitation being placed before you now. The signs have always been there, in dreams, in numbers, in whispers that found their way into your heart. But this moment, this is confirmation. The divine doesn't repeat without reason. And this repetition in your spirit is not coincidence. It's the echo of eternity calling you forward. Your voice carries a sound the world needs to hear. Whether you speak through words, music, kindness, or simply your presence, there is something divine in you that activates hope in others. That's not ego, it's assignment. You were created to carry light into dark places, and to do it with authority born from love. Heaven is not asking for your perfection, only your attention. Listen closely to what your soul is trying to say beneath the noise of everyday life. There are answers stored in your stillness. There are instructions written on the pages of your peace. And you will uncover them as you learn to trust the silence. You may feel behind, but divine timing is never late. Everything you thought was a delay was actually divine choreography. Heaven is never rushed, and neither should you be. You're not behind schedule. You're being aligned for something that can only happen through you, not just for you. You're about to be surprised by how seen you truly are. Divine confirmations will appear in places you least expect. Someone will say the exact phrase you needed. A message will arrive precisely when you almost gave up. That's how heaven works, with precision and personal care that reaches the soul. There is a place being prepared for you, spiritually and physically. A space where you will thrive, not just survive. You won't have to force your way in. You'll be led there, gently, clearly, and with undeniable peace. When you arrive, you'll recognize it immediately. It will feel like home to your spirit. What was once difficult will suddenly become clear. Your past won't be a chain. It will be a compass. Every pain, every failure, every tear has shaped the vessel that is now being filled with new oil. And that oil will flow. It will touch others. It will heal. And it will multiply. The divine is not just watching over you. It's walking with you. There is no path too dark, no question too deep, no wound too raw for the love that surrounds you now. You are not broken. You are breaking through. And every part of you is exactly where it needs to be for what comes next. Start expecting the unexpected, not with fear, but with anticipation. Let your imagination run wild with holy wonder. Let your faith be bigger than your fear. Because what's coming hasn't been seen by eyes, nor heard by ears. It's being revealed heart to heart, spirit to spirit. Trust your instincts more in this season. You are being guided from within. That inner nudge is not random. It's revelation. Follow it. Obey quickly. The more you trust the divine promptings, the louder and clearer they will become. You are being trained in spiritual sensitivity. Let go of timelines. Let go of comparison. What is yours cannot be missed. Your path is not a copy of someone else's. It is original, sacred, and completely yours. And heaven will not allow you to miss what was created with your name on it. The atmosphere around you is shifting even now. You may feel the tingling, the chills, the tears forming without explanation. That's your spirit resonating with truth. Don't push it away. Lean into it. Let the divine speak through sensation, emotion, and intuition. You've been faithful with little. Now prepare to be trusted with more. This next season isn't just about receiving. It's about releasing. You'll pour out what's been poured into you. And in doing so, you'll find yourself more fulfilled than you've ever been. You are ready, even if you don't feel like it. Ready to step into the next level of your divine assignment. Ready to walk with authority. Ready to rise. And as you do, the heavens will continue to speak. Not to confuse you, but to confirm that yes, you were always chosen. The divine doesn't require loud declarations. It responds to surrendered hearts. Your quiet prayers, whispered through tears or silence, were louder in heaven than any song. Nothing was ignored. In fact, your softest cries became the clearest signals for angels to be dispatched on your behalf. The timing of this awakening is intentional. Not a moment too soon, not a moment too late. You've entered a sacred window, a portal of alignment where heaven meets earth in your story. And everything that once felt delayed is now coming into divine acceleration. Momentum is building around your obedience. Don't underestimate how far you've come. The weight you've carried has refined you. While others saw stillness, heaven saw progress. Even your waiting seasons were filled with purpose. The ground you thought was barren was actually being prepared for a supernatural harvest. That harvest begins now. You're stepping into a realm where things happen without striving. Doors will open without you knocking. Help will come before you even ask. These are not coincidences. They are confirmations. The favor on your life will begin to attract what your hands alone could never reach. You may feel unqualified, but that's exactly why you were chosen. Heaven delights in using the unexpected, the ones with humble hearts, not polished performances. Your authenticity is the key. Your story, raw and unfiltered, is the message someone is desperately waiting to hear. Angels are positioning themselves to assist you in the coming days. You'll sense nudges, feel divine timing, and notice unusual clarity. This isn't imagination, it's manifestation. Pay attention to repetition. Pay attention to the names, numbers, and signs that seem to follow you. They're not random. There will be divine interruptions. Plans will shift. Conversations will take unexpected turns. Don't resist them. They are heaven's way of steering you exactly where you need to go. Detours are often the most direct path to destiny when the divine is in control. You're entering a season where even your weaknesses will become weapons. What once made you feel small will now become the very thing that brings breakthrough. For you and for others, your pain is becoming power. And your scars, sacred testimonies. Heaven is raising your standard, not to burden you, but to bless you. You're being called into deeper purity, greater focus, and unwavering faith. This is not to restrict you, but to make room for a blessing so specific. It requires you to walk in higher alignment. Some things will fall away naturally. Relationships, opportunities, even habits. Don't mourn the loss. Celebrate the clearing. You're not being emptied. You're being made ready. Ready for what only your future self could carry with grace, wisdom, and clarity. A sacred confidence is rising in you. It's not pride. It's remembrance. Your spirit is starting to recall the assignment it accepted before you were even born. That remembrance will unlock divine boldness. And you'll begin walking into rooms differently, speaking with heavenly assurance. The alignment of your inner world is birthing external changes. As your thoughts elevate, so will your surroundings. As your heart heals, so will your connections. Inner transformation always leads to visible fruit. Watch what begins to shift around you as you shift within. There is prophetic fire on your life. Words will come out of you that surprise even you. Wisdom will flow without effort. Ideas will drop into your mind like downloads from heaven. Write them down. Act on them. These are not random. They are keys. The heavens are not silent anymore. The veil has thinned. You will begin to perceive things differently. Music, nature, even strangers will carry messages just for you. Stay open. You're not going crazy. You're becoming conscious. Conscious of a realm that's been waiting for you to notice it. Favor will find you in strange places. What once felt like exile will now become the stage for your elevation. Don't despise the hidden seasons. They protected you. They preserved you. And now, they're releasing you. You are not forgotten. You were being fortified. Rest will become your weapon. In a world of noise, you'll find strength in stillness. The more you learn to abide, the more heaven will fight for you. The battles you thought you'd have to fight will resolve themselves. Not by your strength, but by divine intervention. There will be days where you feel overwhelmed by goodness. Don't question it. Receive it. You've sown in tears, and now it's time to reap in joy. This isn't a trickle, it's an outpouring. Let it wash over you. Let it remind you that heaven never forgets faithful hearts. Miracles will begin to feel normal, not because they're less sacred, but because you've grown to expect them. This is the fruit of intimacy with heaven, where the supernatural becomes your new standard. Keep your eyes open. Expectation is the magnet for manifestation. You're not who you were, and that's the point. Stop trying to fit into the molds you've outgrown. You're being redefined by divine truth, not human opinion. Let go of old labels. Your identity is no longer found in your past, but in the promise that rests upon you. What you carry is rare, and that rarity is not a burden. It's a blessing. Heaven trusted you with this path for a reason. Not everyone will understand, but that's okay. You were never meant to be understood by everyone, only aligned with the right ones. Thank you for opening your heart and receiving this message. It was not by chance that you arrived here. It was by divine appointment. The heavens rejoice every time a soul listens with intention, and your spirit has aligned with something greater than you can yet understand. You were chosen. This message was delivered with love, power, and sacred purpose. If this message touched you in any way, if your heart felt a stirring, then we ask only one thing. Confirm you received it by declaring one of the most known and powerful phrases in the Bible. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Speak it out loud or write it below in the comments. It will serve as a sign that the heavens have reached you. And now, we invite you to stay close to this divine connection. Join our family by subscribing to the channel and activating the notification bell. That way, you won't miss any future messages prepared especially for you. Every word, every revelation is part of the journey that heaven is unfolding in your life. This is only the beginning. Stay with us. The angels still have much to reveal.